We gave Richard the day off. He earned it last week, I think. You can join us here every Thursday at 12:30 to talk about everything food related in Baltimore. I am here with Zack Greene. Hi, Zack. Zack is the founder of Bite of Baltimore Food Tours. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
So I was lucky enough to come with you on your Mount Vernon food tour, which I totally loved. For the uninitiated out there, clearly I'm out of practice. I've been off for a few weeks.
Let's take that back a little bit.
For everyone rewind. For the uninitiated out there, tell us a little bit about Bite of Baltimore.
All right. So the question that I get asked the most is, what is a food tour? Right?
Yeah.
So there's a couple different formats. Ours sticks to a walking tour through a neighborhood, right? And we give you a progressive dinner to pair with it. That's it. Right? So what happens is, as we're walking through the neighborhood, we tell you the history, the culture, the community, and then we also feed you. And it's all included in one price for all of things included, and it's a lot of fun, and it's a great time. And we tell people to give it a try, even if you're in your own neighborhood.
Yeah, I've lived in Baltimore for something like 30 years, and on that Mount Vernon tour, I learned all kinds of history I did not know. I mean, there was some stuff I knew, but I learned a bunch of cool little factoids that I'm happy I learned.
And you went to some restaurants that were pretty amazing, right?
We went to lots of great restaurants. I'll get to that in a second, but when you live in your own town, you don't go do those things, right? You're never a tourist in your own town, and I think we need to do more of that, especially as we're supporting Baltimore and taking part in all the greatest that our city has to offer. So we went to Mount Vernon Marketplace and had some amazing dumplings. They were incredible.
Yes. Pinch is phenomenal. They've got some really great stuff. Their recipes, apparently, the owner got it from his grandmother, like 1,000-year-old recipe, he told me. It's pretty phenomenal. And then, of course, they do their dumplings are all made with a vegan shell, so it's not insensitive to those among us who have sensitivities. Right. So it's really wonderful.
Right, yeah. And then, of course, we did the elephant, which was a great way to top the day.
Yes.
In between, we stopped at Casbar. I finally got to go to Topside, which, Richard's been rubbing in my face about how great the view is, and you got to get up there. So I finally got up there.
And everything about that place just hits all.
That view is like,
it's
what?
Yeah. It's one of the best views in the city, and it's completely just breathtaking inside and out. Yeah.
All right. So we touched on this a little bit. That I said you can be a tourist in your own town, but who is your intended audience? Like, who's
legitimately
coming?
Everyone. So we get two groups, right? The people who find us on TripAdvisor when they're looking for something to do out of the city, right?
Right.
And then we find people who have heard of us through, either word of mouth or social media or whatever it might be in the city, who are like, oh, wait, this sounds like something that is a great alternative to dinner and a movie, or to just having dinner with friends, or happy hour, or whatever it might be. For the same price, you can get a real experience and a progressive dinner that we've curated for you. It's a lot of fun.
I love progressive dinners. I like whenever you can eat just little bits everywhere. That's my favorite thing. But another good point is that we walked a lot that day, so you don't have to feel too guilty.
Nope, no guilt. Absolutely. We include a little bit of exercise. I don't want to use the word exercise per se. It's more of a stroll through the neighborhood.
It was a stroll. Yeah. We were doing a lot of looking up, pointing over, checking out some monuments. Yeah. What was I just about to say about that? I got full. I was very full. Right? Like, it fills you up. You gave us plenty to eat.
We made sure that you have a filling meal every
And I didn't
time.
have to fight the other people. I didn't have to fight them for my bites. No. I got my own bites.
Everybody gets their own.
Yeah,
exactly.
That was nice.
Sharing is caring. It's good. We make sure that everyone's taken care of.
I didn't want to have to elbow anyone out of my dumpling.
I mean, while you're eating, you're getting a little bit aggressive with it. So, I told everybody to watch out for Amanda. But other than that... I
mean, they know already, I think. Right. I think the word's out. Don't get in the way of my dumplings. So what are some of your personal foodie credentials? Why you? Why are you doing this?
So I'm nerdy by nature, which brings out the whole thing with, the history and the tour and everything else involved. And then also, like you, I've lived in the city for a long time, and I've had a lot of time to build these relationships and meet these people and get involved with these restaurants. And I was like, you know what? I think I can show people a really fantastic side of Baltimore and give them this experience and do it as a local for locals and then for also people from out of town. So that's my credential right there. That's pretty much it.
And did you go to high school in Baltimore?
Nope.
Okay. I had a feeling that I remembered something about that because, we have to ask that.
Oh, yeah,
here.
Of course. Where did you go to school?
It's not about college.
No, it's all about where'd you go to high school?
Right.
Who do you know in the neighborhood?
Right.
What's your credentialing with that? I mean, what's your degree of knowledge of Baltimore, right? That's it. It's always the degrees of Baltimore.
Yeah.
Of which there are only 2. So
Pretty much. That is true. It's too much Baltimore.
Yeah.
Too small. Do you have any crazy stories from a recent tour that you want to tell us about? Anything? Any shenanigans? Anything crazy happen?
It really takes a special kind of tour to get like shenanigans going, right?
Come on,
We've done
it.
a couple like bachelor and bachelorette parties, right?
No.
And those are fun. I can't tell you any specifics,
No.
right?
What happens on Bite of Baltimore food tour?
What happens on a bachelor party on a Bite of Baltimore food tour stays there for sure. But to say that we sent the video to the groom and said, use at your own discretion in the future was definitely a part of
boy.
it. So yes.
Oh boy.
We enjoyed that.
If you just got here, you are watching This Week in Baltimore Eating, and I am here with Zack Greene of Bite of Baltimore. Like, share, comment, and follow us at #JMoreEating. What is your favorite restaurant in Baltimore?
Oh, that depends on what mood I'm in and what I'm feeling. So,
how about let's take it down by neighborhood.
Yeah, let's take it down by neighborhood, right?
So, which food tours do you have? You have Mount Vernon.
We have Mount Vernon and Fells Point are the two food tours that we run regularly now. We're going to expand Hamden as well, but that's in the future.
That'll be good. That'll be really good. A lot of fun. I love that.
So all you Hamdenites around here.
Yeah, we're in Hamden. We're ready to come eat with you. Okay, so Mount Vernon.
In Mount Vernon, favorite restaurant would definitely have to be the Elephant. It is phenomenal inside and out. Their building is historic and beautiful and fantastic. And then you get and you sit down and the service is top notch. The drinks are interesting takes on regulars that you're familiar with, but they've kind of just turned it up a notch. And then in addition to that, the food and the cuisine is always exciting and fresh and new. And the chef there is always trying something different. And Steve and Mallory are the best and we love them.
It's fun. So last night I was at Scola, which is the cooking school pretty much right next door, or pretty close. And I walked by the Elephant, and there was a woman sitting in the window, those awesome window seats.
Oh, yeah.
Singing to herself. So she was very happy.
Singing to her dinner.
She was very happy to be at the Elephant. And so I waved. She waved back, continued singing. And so that's the Elephant brings out some songs. So which neighborhood do you think is the best for foodies?
For foodies, it's a toss-up between Hamden and I'd say Fells Point. That's where you get the best expressions of like a small restaurant with, I feel like you're going to get the most competition in those neighborhoods for better attention, right? So if you're not serving something fantastic or a niche product or whatever, exactly, they can go anywhere else. So you really get this diversity and this real, like attention to detail that you're not going to get any other neighborhood, which is really phenomenal. It steps it up a little bit.
That's a good point. I mean, yeah, and this sort of depends on what it is that you want at that moment, right? Like if you want seafood, you should probably go to Fells Point.
Yep.
Harbor East is, a viable option. Not as much local stuff.
You're going to get more chains over there.
Yeah.
You're going to get more big box places. And where the big developers have helped out a little bit, right? So places like Azumi, places like, good.
Oh my
so
God.
good. It's really, really good, right? Anyway, you're going to get a nicer ambiance and a finer dining experience there, which is really fun and really entertaining. It's not as small form factor and as, mom and pop sort of thing that Hamden and Fells Point really embody and really kind of, present in a different way. And you're going to get a little bit more exciting cuisine, I think, in Hamden than you're probably going to get pretty much anywhere else. You've got a lot of foodies feeding foodies here.
You got a lot of foodies.
Which is really means the cutting edge of culinary stuff. Like you want a bone cut in half with some marrow oozing out and some pate on the side with some of this, that, and the third. And this is where you're going to find it.
Have you been to Forage yet?
I have not.
No, I haven't either. Richard loves it.
Oh, I can't wait to go.
Yeah.
I
went. I finally back to Mount Vernon. I went to Wet City the other night. I hadn't been in there. Dark.
Okay.
Not a ton of ambiance. Not comfy or cozy. Just kind of there.
I'm not hearing anything that's drawing me in.
I got a mushroom toast. It was delicious. I got a little bit of a cheese plate. It was all right. My friend who was with me got some sort of maybe a ribeye, some sort of meat poutine.
Okay. Okay.
I like Clark Burger's poutine better if I'm gonna get poutine.
Okay.
But it's nice that I like that it's there. But yeah, I wasn't all that excited about it. The drinks are good. It's great if you need to go to the Meyerhoff or the Lyric because it's right there, so it's convenient. I haven't tried the new Red Emma's location yet either.
I haven't tried it either, yeah.
So how do you decide what's on your tour?
So I wanted to figure out two things, right? So in Fells Point, we curated a very Baltimore tour. So I wanted to have some of the staples on there. Crab cake, something
Gotta
local,
have a crab
right?
cake.
Some pit beef, right? That's Baltimore's barbecue. A lot of people don't know that's like Baltimore street food.
That's
it's
right.
Unbelievable. Nobody knows that we have our street food and our barbecue style all in one. You know, you can't go to a restaurant and sit down and say, I would like to have the pit beef sandwich, please. It doesn't exist.
Where do you go for pit beef?
The place is called Hungry Andy's. It's a small little.
I haven't been there.
Exactly, that's the thing.
What?
Is it's a hole in the wall.
Glenn, did you
tiny
know
little
about
barbecue
this?
place. Yep. They
my
do
God.
amazing stuff. So they smoke their meat for a few hours before finishing it on the charbroiler. And then you get a nice thin cut piece of beef, right? Like inside shoulder, which is really tender, really awesome. And they do it their own way, the standard, right? So some barbecue sauce they house make off of some dark roast coffee. They use some tiger sauce, of course, the mayo and the horseradish combo, maybe a little bit of something else, as they say. Some raw onions and a Kaiser roll. And it's delicious.
That actually is making my mouth water, and I don't even eat pit beef.
There you go.
But I would eat some of that.
Yep.
So
in Fells Point, we curated very Maryland food, right? And then in Mount Vernon, we wanted to curate a multi-ethnic experience, right? Because Mount Vernon is built on this multi-ethnic, really, really diverse community, right? So we get some Mediterranean at Casbar. We get some Asian dumplings at Pinch. We get some mixed fusion stuff up at Topside. We get some, who knows what we're going to get dessert over at the Elephant. It's really phenomenal. And we always get something really wonderful both at Topside and at the Elephant. They always make something fresh for us. We don't know what we're going to get.
Yeah.
It's really adventurous.
Their drink was so strong.
It was.
I couldn't
Liquor forward,
thank God we were walking, but whoa, that drink knocked me on my, you know what.
So you're saying it's worth the price of admission?
You're going to get some drink for your money up at Topside. So I like that you're committed to showing the sort of unsung heroes, right? The little guys. That's what we need to do. We need more of that.
I think so.
So are there plans for more tours? I know you're adding the Hamden one.
So we're going to expand to Hamden for sure, and then Federal Hill, of course, also. That's probably going to be next year.
It's going to be hard to park for that one.
It's going to be hard to park. That's one of the things.
That's going to be a challenge,
right?
To
be honest, that's one of the critical features you have to figure out on a food tour is where are people going to
everyone
park?
going to put their
Exactly.
car? Yeah,
where are you going to put your car, and then are you going to drive away from this? You know, how much you're going to drink? You got to give people the indication, hey, this is where you can park, but you got to be sure that you're going to be able to be safe.
Right.
So,
yeah, not too much to drink. Nope.
So yeah, we're going to expand to Mount Vernon and to Federal Hill and to Hamden. We're looking forward to it very, very much.
What would you say to some sort of county thing? Is that even a possibility?
So
there's no walkables.
You have to have some really interesting history to go along with it.
Yeah,
right?
there's not a ton of
that in Towson. You can't really get that anywhere except for maybe Old Ellicott City.
Oh,
but the damage to the
kind
area
of destroyed.
is kind of
That would have been a good one though. Yeah. That would have been nice.
Maybe when they rebuild and they get some restructuring done for the developments up the hill, then they could really have Main Street rebuilt would be a lot of fun because similar to Hamden, it's an old mill town.
Yeah,
and there's a lot of cool stuff there to see and to do.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of bringing out that history at the same time.
Do you have a history background?
No,
you're just really into
by
it.
nature. Yeah, and I love Baltimore. It's really it's a part
so
of
rich.
Precisely, it's a part of who we all are, and to learn that history and to be involved in that. It opened up a whole different side of what I was interested in and what I wanted to go after.
And I really loved on the Mount Vernon tour that we started at the Maryland Historical Society. I think that's a treasure, and there are not a ton of people going there, right?
It's the Unknown Museum in Baltimore. A lot of people don't know that it is
space. It is right
the
there.
Maryland Museum. It is the Maryland thing. If you want to know anything about Baltimore, Maryland, the Maryland Historical Society is the place you should be going.
Yeah,
Ground zero right there.
They have they have all of our documents and
everything.
The Star Spangled Banner and real treasures.
Yep.
You guys got to go check it out. And they do
phenomenal.
events. And it's also, if you're looking for an event space, I know they do that. I want J-Mart to do an event there. It would be awesome.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
So, okay, what else? When's the next tour? Where do people get info?
Oh, we go every weekend. We run a tour every Saturday and Sunday in Fells Point, and then every other Saturday in Mount Vernon.
And they're always dinner time? What time are they?
Mid-afternoon to early evening, right?
Okay.
It's a perfect place to squeeze in a progressive dinner, and by the time it's done, you can either turn up for the night or you can turn in. Whatever you like. We usually end around 7 o'clock is a good time to end. You can find us online, biteofbaltimore.net. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We're all over the place.
Follow Bite of
Just
Baltimore.
look for Bite of Baltimore,
Yep.
and you will find us easily.
Go do that. Go on a tour. Check it out. Let us know what you think of it. You have been watching This Week in Baltimore Eating. Thank you, Zach, for being
Thank
here.
you so much.
Bite of Baltimore. Tune in every Thursday at 12:30. Richard and I will be back next week for more food fun. Sign up for This Week in Baltimore Eating newsletter at jmoreliving.com/newsletters and go eat something delicious. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.